virtual reality. I'm sure a lot of people watching this have heard the term before because it is a fairly popular idea. Science fiction has long entertained the idea of people completely living in an immersive virtual world. And though virtual reality in the real world isn't nearly at that point, there have been some strides in the recent future. Virtual reality in the modern world is made to immerse the viewer in a digital environment. It can be something simple, like standing in a valley, or it can be moving around a holographic world trying to find a certain point. For the most part, these environments require a screen and glasses, similar to 3D movies, and they need a controller that can track motion. So, how does virtual reality work in the first place? Ideally, it takes place in a contained environment, like a small room. Some virtual environments have a device hanging from the ceiling that acts as an origin point and can track movement of the controllers being used to determine what the user's pointing at. The headsets, they often function just like 3D glasses. When in a virtual environment, the screen will be separated into two images, set slightly apart from one another. The headset redirects these images when the user looks at them, so they lay on top of each other, and it appears as a three-dimensional shape. The headsets also normally have a tracker attached to them to trace the head movements and realign the images. Commercially, virtual reality isn't yet available to the public. The most common use of it is being marketed towards games, although there have been talk of using virtual reality to watch movies. Simply putting on a headset, such as the Oculus Rift or Google Cardboard, and connecting it to the internet can allow a person to watch a movie on a practically non-existent screen. Games, on the other hand, require more fine-tuning, but the commercial systems are supposed to be released in 2016. Privately, virtual reality is being used for multiple reasons. Some researchers use virtual reality for experiments. UNC Charlotte even has their own virtual reality chamber, officially known as the Charlotte Visualization Center, which is used by several different science departments. The military also uses virtual reality simulations to train soldiers. We've already mentioned it slightly, but one of the biggest uses of virtual reality is in the form of entertainment. To say that many people play video games would be a bit of an understatement. In a recent report from the ESA, or the Entertainment Software Association, it was stated that more than 150 million Americans play video games, and 42% of them more than 3 hours a week. Plus, the number of game developers adding virtual reality support to their games is growing every single day. Companies such as Sony are developing proprietary VR headsets for their console, the PlayStation 4. Not to mention, the Oculus Rift has gained plenty of momentum for this past several years. Microsoft is developing the HoloLens, which combines the best aspects of virtual reality and augmented reality to fully immerse the player. Of course, virtual reality isn't flawless. Developers are tackling complications such as nausea, motion sickness, eye strain, and poor ergonomics. There's also the issue of keeping as few tethers, cables, and wires as possible in order to complete a near seamless experience. Then there's committing violent acts in a world that does not abide by the laws of reality. The rich immersion of a virtual environment can blur the line between what's real and what's fake, causing possible emotional trauma for the user. However, unlike the problems previously stated, this one varies from person to person, so it's harder to track than mere motion sickness. However, these problems are not without solutions. Thanks to rapid development in recent years, immersion issues like motion and eye strain are rapidly decreasing. Game company Valve has developed laser technology called Lighthouse to help track body movements and reduce sickness. This innovation, among others, guides the way to a one-to-one virtual experience. The actual feel for the virtual world is also improving. The company Impacto is creating more efficient haptic feedback sensors. The key idea behind their device is to utilize a series of small wireless sensors across the body to stimulate the impact of force. With this technology, people can feel like they're in the game more than like with a traditional controller. With more companies like Impacto, the future is looking bright for virtual reality.